Hi, I'm Anthony Rumrell and welcome to CG4me. I've worked on the contacts and passes of my legs. Now I'm going to work on the contacts and passes of my upper body and arms. So usually the rule is for the arms is that whatever I had as a contact for the legs, these are the contacts, I will have a contact for the arms. Now the contact of the arms will be when the arms are just getting forward. So I am going to go to frame 7, which is a contact position, and I'm going to roll down both my shoulder and my clavicle on both my arms. And then I'm going to select my upper back joint and roll this opposite. So let's go -20 degrees, and I'll keep my head going straight. So I'll change its rotation to +20 degrees. And I'm going to set a key for my head, and a key for my lower back, a key for my shoulders, and my clavicle. So that'd be the first pass. Then I'll go to frame 19, and I'll do all the opposites. So the head will be reversed, -20. Key it, and the upper back will be 20. Key it. So I'll get this look. So I make contact with my shoulders, contact there with my shoulders, meaning moving forward. So I'm now going to go back and do my passing position. So I need to decide on my legs contacts where my shoulders are going to be. So they're rolling forward here on 19. And actually, I want them to continue to roll just a little bit more extreme forward here. Going forward here, so my shoulder should be coming more forward to frame 13. So I'm going to roll frame 13. Let's say to -30 degrees, and then on frame 1 it's going to be +30 degrees, and frame 25 will be +30 degrees. And I'll set a key. Now you can see I have my shoulders. Okay, now that I've got the shoulders the way I want it to roll, I'm going to roll the arms around. And I set a keyframe on frame 7 for this arm to roll forward. I'm going to call this its contact position. And I'm going to go to frame 19 and roll this arm forward. Let's say to similar values. We'll call it its contact position. And we'll go to the opposite. When this is going backwards, we'll roll this shoulder backwards. We'll call it. So we're getting this sort of movement. And frame 19, we'll bring it forward. We'll do a test, and it's coming forward just fine, and it looks like this. Comes in contact on 7, goes back on 19. I've done something interesting with the head. I'm not sure what I've done, and that is I have it on frame 25 on -20, and frame 1 needs to also be fixed. And maybe it's something through the chain that's not keyed. So I'm going to rotate my head to -20 degrees on frame 1 and also on frame 25. And I'm going to traverse my controls to see where I've set a key here. So I'm going to also change that on frame 13. So let's go with maybe 30 degrees. And we have the basics of a walk with contacts and passes, but it's not very flexible. So I'm going to add flexibility in the arms. So to do that, I'm going to change the passing positions for the arms. So frame 1, 13, and 25 are the passing positions for the arms. As this arm comes forward, I'm going to break the joints. So as before it comes forward, it's coming forward like this. I'm going to go to frame 1, and I'm going to roll back and break this elbow joint. Now let's do 30 degrees so I can remember it later. And I'm also going to key 30 on frame 25, and then I'm going to reverse it. So it's going to hit frame 7, and there it's going to maintain and then reverse on frame 13. And let's go with -30 degrees. And it'll maintain and hold that up till 19, so -30 degrees. And you can see I'm adding some flexibility to that arm. So let's do that to the other side. So I'm going to take the arm here, and it's rolling backwards. So on frame 1, I'm going to set a key to 30 degrees and 25, same key. Frame 13 is going to be the opposite, -30 degrees. Then I'll change its value, so it's going back, it's going to hold to frame 7. It's going to hold -30 degrees. Actually, it's going to hold 30 degrees. So it's going to hold it from 1 to 7, reverse on 13, and then reverse, and then hold that reverse up until frame 19. That's going to be -30 degrees. So push play, and you can see I'm added some flexibility in the arms. Now I want this to be even more flexible, so I'm going to do the same thing to the wrists. So as it's rolling back, I'm going to break the wrist. So on frame 1 and 25, I'm going to break this, like, let's say 45 degrees on frame 1 and 25, and then reverse it on frame 13. And I'm going to hold that reverse up until past the contact. So frame 7, I'm going to hold that. So it's 45 degrees. I'm going to hold 45 degrees till frame 7. And hold -45 degrees on frame 19. As you can see now, I'm going to get some greater flexibility. And the same with the opposite arm.
So I'm going to key it on frame 1 and 25, 45 degrees on 1, 45 degrees on 25. I'm going to hold it to frame 7, reverse it on 13, and hold that on frame 19. And you can see I get flexibility in the arms. Richard Williams refers to this as the successive breaking of joints.